Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2021 Medal and Awards Ceremony of the Royal Society of Canada. Today, we will proceed with the presentation of 16 medals and awards to scholars of exceptional merit. Je profite de l'occasion pour remercier tous les membres de la SRC qui siègent au sein des comités de sélection, ainsi que ceux et celles qui ont proposé des candidatures pour les différents prix. The Royal Society of Canada recognizes that many Indigenous nations have long-standing relationships with the territories all across the country upon which of those of you joining us remotely today are located. We invite you to adjust the following land acknowledgement to one more appropriate to your current location. Physically, I am in Toronto today for this event, and I acknowledge my presence on the traditional territory of many Indigenous nations. The area known as Takaronto has been caretaken by the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat. It is now home to many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis communities. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. This territory is subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement to peaceably share and care for the Great Lakes region. I would like to invite the President of the Royal Society of Canada, Jeremy McNeil, to say a few words.
On behalf of the Royal Society, I would like to congratulate all of our winners today for their outstanding contributions in their respective fields. It is our honor to honor them. Thank you very much.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Benoit-Antoine Bacon, President and Vice Chancellor of Carleton University, and to acknowledge and thank them for their support of this year's COEE. Dr. Bacon.
Good morning. Bonjour tout le monde. J'espère que ça va bien. Carleton University is proud to partner with the Royal Society of Canada and to sponsor this year's celebration of excellence and engagement. Organizing an event like this is complex, even more so during a pandemic, and I would like to thank everyone involved in making this national event such a success. Recognition by the Royal Society is a significant honor, especially because award winners, fellows, and college members are selected by their peers for their outstanding contributions. At Carleton, we deeply value research and always strive to support our researchers so they can advance knowledge that responds to societal needs. We were thrilled to learn that Professor Eric Annenby, an internationally recognized pioneer in language mapping, has been elected to the college. Professor Annenby uses digital tools to capture endangered languages that share them globally. The entire Carleton community also takes special pride that Professor Manuela Vinceter is the co-recipient of this year's prestigious Henry Marshall Tori Medal. This is doubly meaningful as Dr. Tori was Carleton's founder and first president. This distinct honor reflects Professor Vinceter's remarkable international impact in experimental particle physics. Carleton is truly fortunate to have such a notable global leader as one of our own. As the deputy spokesperson at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, Professor Vinceter always frames her work as being part of a team. Working together is essential for our common future, and I thank the Royal Society for recognizing Carleton researchers and researchers from institutions across the country who are working together to make outstanding contributions to Canadian intellectual leadership. Let me offer my most sincere congratulations to the Royal Society's class of 2021. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bacon. La première médaille qui sera remise ce matin est la médaille du centenaire. La médaille du centenaire a été créée en 1982 pour honorer des personnes et des organismes qui ont contribué d'une manière importante aux objectifs de la SRC et pour souligner les liens de cette dernière avec des organisations internationales. The Centenary Medal was created to honor individuals and organizations that have made outstanding contributions to the objectives of the Royal Society of Canada and to recognize links to international organizations. Le gagnant de la médaille du centenaire 2021 est Thomas Murray, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine at Dalhousie University. Dr. Murray is an internationally recognized and respected authority on infectious diseases, especially noted for contributions to the understanding and treatment of pneumonia. His research has been instrumental in the identification of novel infectious disease agents that cannot be cultured using conventional laboratory methods. From its inception through September 2021, Dr. Murray served as chair of the RSC's COVID task force. In recognition of his outstanding leadership, the RSC is presenting Dr. Murray with the Centenary Medal. The Centenary Medal is presented by the RSC in recognition of outstanding contributions in advance of the objectives of the Society. Thank you, Tom. Le regard neuf qu'il a apporté sur le sujet et ses études ont grandement influencé la façon d'aborder le diagnostic et le traitement de la pneumonie. Depuis sa création jusqu'en septembre 2021, le professeur Murray a assuré la présidence du groupe de travail SRC sur la COVID-19. En reconnaissance de son leadership exceptionnel, la SRC remet au professeur Murray la médaille du centenaire. La médaille du centenaire est décernée par la SRC en reconnaissance de contributions exceptionnelles à l'avancement des objectifs de la société. Merci, Tom.
It is an honor to accept the Centenary Medal on behalf of the 700 scholars, scientists, and artists who have made the RSC Task Force on COVID-19 a success. My co-chair in the project, Darren Gilmore, and I had occasion to reach out to a large number of Canadians to ask him to assemble a team and produce a policy document within a couple of months. What amazed me is that almost no one said no. I would like to share the medal with Darren and with his team at RSC, Linda, Russ, Erica, Amelia, Michelle, Joanne, Chris, and Nick, who did all the work behind the scenes. The pandemic due to SARS-CoV-2 has been terrible, but as this project has shown, it has exposed all the weaknesses in our society, but more importantly, it has given us an opportunity to fix these weaknesses, which is what the project was all about. To RSC President Jeremy McNeil and past President Chad Gaffield, thanks. Darren and I are most grateful for the opportunity and for your guidance throughout the project. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Murray. The Henry Marshall Tori Medal is awarded for outstanding research in a branch of astronomy, chemistry, mathematics, physics, or an allied science, carried out mainly in the 8 years preceding the date of the award, but all the research of the candidate is taken into account. Cette médaille est attribuée en reconnaissance de recherches éminentes en astronomie, en chimie, en mathématiques, en physique ou dans des sciences connexes, réalisées principalement au cours des 8 années précédant l'attribution de la médaille et compte tenu de l'ensemble des recherches du candidat ou de la candidate. La distinction, qui consiste en une médaille d'argent plaquée or, est attribuée tous les 2 ans si une candidature est jugée méritoire. This year, there are 2 recipients of the Henry Marshall Tori Award. Ian Manners from the Department of Chemistry at the University of Victoria, and Manuela Vinceter from the Department of Physics at Carleton University. The first recipient of the award is Dr. Ian Manners, one of the most highly prolific scientists in the world, a global leader in the fields of inorganic polymers, catalytic main group chemistry, and nanoscience. He has an exceptional ability to combine the seemingly disparate areas of fundamental inorganic chemistry and material science, which has led to major advances in fundamental chemistry and exceptionally interesting new materials with a wide range of applications, from electronics to medicine. Ses contributions ont débouché sur des percées majeures en chimie fondamentale et dans le développement de nouveaux matériaux remarquables avec une large gamme d'applications dans l'industrie électronique et médicale, entre autres. Ian Manners.
Hello, everyone. I'm absolutely delighted and deeply honored to receive the Henry Marshall Tori Award from the Royal Society of Canada. After starting my independent career in Canada at the University of Toronto in 1990, and after 15 great years there, I moved to the UK for 14 years. My wife and I were extremely excited to have the opportunity to move back to Canada to the University of Victoria on the West Coast in 2018. It means an enormous amount to receive such a prestigious award after my return to Canada, which has provided so much support to my career. As a Canadian citizen, I'm delighted to be back in this country, a progressive country at a time when many seem to be moving in the opposite direction. Also a country that's had the courage and honesty to start the process of discarding convenient myths and to address historic crimes, a process that I hope will be undertaken with increasing vigor. I would like to thank a number of very important people who are also being indirectly recognized by this award. First, my incredible family. My wife for 41 years, Deborah, for her amazing support throughout my career, and also my now adult children, Haley and Chris. Early support helped encourage my interest in science and was vitally important for my father and grandmother in particular. They are no longer around, but I want to acknowledge them with gratitude as well. I would also, of course, like to express my deep appreciation to the more than 250 members of my research group, both past and present, for their hard work, for their intellect and their creativity. I've been so exceptionally fortunate to host such a remarkable number of highly talented, motivated and incredibly impressive young people over the years. Once again, I'm really deeply appreciative of this award. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Professor Manners. The second recipient of the Henry Marshall Tori Award is Manuela Vinceter. Dr. Manuela Vinceter is a leading expert in phenomena involving the electroweak and strong fundamental forces. Her research contributes to the ATLAS experiment's success at CERN's largest Hadron Collider. Her research contributed to the discovery of the Higgs boson and consolidates the standard model foundations of the Large Hadron Colliders program. She is Atlas's deputy spokesperson at CERN and has been honored with a Canada Research Chair, a Killam Fellowship, and a Humboldt Fellowship. Elle est une experte des phénomènes impliquant les forces fondamentales électrofaibles et fortes. Ses recherches contribuent au succès de l'expérience ATLAS au Grand Collisionneur de Hadrons du CERN. Ces recherches ont contribué à la découverte du boson de Higgs et consolident les fondements du modèle standard au Grand Collisionneur de Hadrons. Elle est porte-parole adjointe d'ATLAS et a été honorée d'une chaire de recherche du Canada et des bourses Killam et Humboldt. Manuela Vinceter.
I feel truly honored to be receiving this award today and sincerely thank the Royal Society of Canada for acknowledging my contributions to experimental particle physics. I study the origins of the early universe by accelerating particles to nearly the speed of light and bringing them into collision. In that brief instant, sufficient energy is generated to create new matter as it existed less than a billionth of a second after the Big Bang. I use these particles to study phenomena involving in particular two of the fundamental forces of nature: the electroweak force, responsible for the burning of the sun, and the strong force, responsible for the confinement of matter inside protons and neutrons. I have studied such phenomena at several facilities around the world, but most recently with the ATLAS experiment at the CERN Large Hadron Collider in Geneva, Switzerland. When I write scientific papers of my investigations, the author list of my publications includes nearly 3,000 physicists, engineers, and students. And this is because the success of my investigations depends on the long collaborative chain of events to produce the final product. To someone not in our field, it can make it hard to understand one's individual contributions to the experiment. So I'm doubly grateful for the recognition that I'm receiving today. Working with 3,000 colleagues does have its advantages, though. It provides access to an incredible pool of knowledge, understanding, expertise, skills, stamina, and raw human power that makes the whole greater than the sum of the parts. As a result, I am able to have aspirations beyond my own comfort zone of knowledge and experience because I have incredible colleagues whom I can count on to complement my own skill set. So many thanks to my Atlas and Carleton University colleagues who are my partners in science, and especially to my graduate students who are a great source of joy, pride, and inspiration. Finally, a special thought goes to my life partner Bruce, whose let's make it happen attitude and willingness to accommodate my long absences from home enabled my success.
Congratulations, Dr. Vinceter. The Json A. Hana Medal was established in 1976 by the Royal Society of Canada with the generous assistance of the Associated Medical Services Incorporated through its Hana Institute for the History of Medicine. The medal was established to honor the late president and managing director of AMS Inc., Dr. Json Hana, and to bring recognition to the work of Canadian research in the history of medicine. La SRC a créé la médaille Json Hana avec l'appui généreux de Associated Medical Services Incorporated par l'intermédiaire du Hana Institute for the History of Medicine. La médaille a été instituée afin d'honorer la mémoire de feu le président et directeur général d'AMS Inc., Monsieur Json Hana, et d'encourager la recherche canadienne en histoire de la médecine. The winner of the 2021 Json Hana Medal is Frank Stanish from the Departments of History and Community Health Sciences at the University of Calgary. Frank Stanish holds the Alberta Medical Foundation Hana Professorship in the History of Medicine and Healthcare at the University of Calgary. His book, A New Field in Mind, A History of Interdisciplinarity in the Early Brain Sciences, for which he won this medal, examines the relationships between disciplines that created new epistemological and social contexts for neuroscience to evolve. Ses recherches portent sur l'histoire et la philosophie des neurosciences, l'histoire de la médecine et la santé mentale publique. Son livre, A New Field in Mind, A History of Interdisciplinarity in the Early Brain Sciences, examine les relations entre les disciplines qui ont créé de nouveaux contextes épistémologiques et sociaux pour l'évolution des neurosciences. The Json Hana Medal would not be possible without the contribution of the Associated Medical Services Incorporated. And so I would like to invite Ms. Gail Peach, CEO of AMS, to present the medal. Gail Peach.
Hello, I'm Gail Peach, CEO of AMS Healthcare, and it is my privilege today to announce and congratulate Frank Stanish on receiving the 2021 Json A. Hana Medal. This award acknowledges the significant contribution that Frank has made to the study of history of medicine in Canada and around the world. The Hana Medal was established to honor AMS founder Dr. Json Hana and to bring recognition to the work of Canadian research in the history of medicine. History of medicine has been an area that in the 1970s was very underserviced and unrecognized for the significance that it can have in understanding the impact on the healthcare system and what course in future we need to proceed with as we understand how history impacts the delivery of patient care. Since that, time, AMS has awarded the Json Hana Medal to numerous Canadians, and Frank is one of the distinguished recipients of this award that recognizes history of medicine. Frank is also one of AMS's Hana Chair, which is an endowed chair at universities, 8 universities in the Faculty of Medicine across the country that studies and researches the impact of history and its relevancy to the well-being of all Canadians. We are proud of Frank's award today and look forward that he will continue his research and studying that will advance history of medicine, not only in Canada, but around the world. Congratulations, Frank.
Good afternoon et bon après-midi. Many greetings from already wintry Calgary. It is a great honor for me to receive and accept the Json Hana Medal in the History of Medicine bestowed by the Royal Society of Canada in conjunction with Associated Medical Services in Toronto. I'm deeply humbled and honored by the receipt of this award, which acknowledges the work of Ontario-based Json Albert Hana, a Canadian pathologist and economist. While noticing the serious financial effects of illness in civil servants, Hana lobbied the Ontario Medical Association to establish AMS to develop a prepaid medical care plan. He served as managing director since 1937 and accompanied the transition of AMS into a funding agency after the introduction of universal healthcare in Canada. And Hana's passion for the history of medicine also found its representation in AMS's enormous contributions to history of medicine and its allied fields, including the inauguration of this book award. I'm deeply humbled that in this context, and out of many excellent books nominated, my book, A New Field in Mind, a history of interdisciplinarity in the early brain sciences, could receive this award, and that I'm able to join this event with such esteemed scholars and scientists. I wish to extend my deep gratitude to the Royal Society of Canada, Associated Medical Services, McGill Queen's University Press, as well as my colleagues, students, and trainees at the University of Calgary. And of course, only through the influence of my previous supervisors, mentors, and colleagues has such an achievement become possible. The book is the final product of a decade-long process of research and inquiry, and it would not have emerged without the funding support from several granting agencies, access to archives and research libraries in 12 countries, and 40 interviews with senior neuroscientists and research administrators. Unfortunately, many have since passed away, and I'm deeply grateful for the generous time they gave me in the past answering my questions regarding the development of the modern neurosciences. Very briefly, the 600-page book is a reconstruction of the scientific and socio-political developments that build up one of the most fruitful interdisciplinary research fields at the beginning of the 20th century. This appears self-explanatory to us today, but wasn't so at the time, a perspective that many historians share, whatever the research subjects. The 19th century had just been so successful in establishing new disciplines that it needed thorough contextualization to unearth the forces that reversed this process and built the magnificent interdisciplinary field of neuroscience. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my late mother, who has passed away too early to witness the celebration today, yet has still instilled in us a love for books and necessary discipline that builds the basis for most learning and scholarship. Likewise, I'm deeply thankful to my family, putting up with me during absences at research trips and strenuous writing periods, and also my helpful colleagues, inquisitive students, nominators, and referees who gave so much of their time. In closing, from the bottom of my heart, I'm deeply thankful for the receipt of the Json Hana Medal, which is a great personal and scholarly honor. Thanks so much to all of you. Merci beaucoup. And I hope that in the future, we may gather again and have a chance to meet. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Stanish. The John L. Singh Award is given for outstanding research in any of the branches of the mathematical sciences. In cases where there are 2 or more strong candidates, some preference is given to those whose age is not over 40 in the year of the award. It consists of a diploma and is offered at irregular intervals if there is a suitable candidate. Cette distinction est octroyée en reconnaissance de recherche éminente dans tout domaine des sciences mathématiques. Dans le cas où il y a plusieurs candidatures de fort calibre, une certaine préférence sera accordée aux candidats et candidates qui n'ont pas dépassé l'âge de 40 ans au cours de l'année d'attribution du prix. La distinction consiste en un parchemin. Elle est offerte à intervalles irréguliers et attribuée si une candidature est jugée méritoire. The winner of the John L. Singh Award is Paul McNicholas from the Department of Mathematics and Statistics at McMaster University. Paul McNicholas is an internationally recognized leader in computational statistics research. His work is at the forefront of investigations in classification and clustering using mixture models, and he has developed important methodology covering almost every aspect of the field. He has pioneered new methods and tools to analyze large or complex data sets and collaborates with researchers from diverse disciplines to apply these approaches to difficult real data problems. His contributions have earned him several awards and distinctions, including the Stacey Prize, as well as a Stacey Fellowship. Son travail est à l'avant-garde des recherches sur la classification et le regroupement à l'aide de modèles de mélange. Il a développé une méthodologie importante couvrant presque tous les aspects du domaine. Il a mis au point de nouvelles méthodes et de nouveaux outils pour analyser des ensembles de données volumineux ou complexes et collabore avec des chercheurs issus de diverses disciplines pour appliquer ces approches à des problèmes complexes liés à des données réelles. Paul.
Good evening, friends and colleagues. My name is Paul McNicholas. I'm a professor in mathematics and statistics at McMaster University, and I'm humbled to accept the John L. Singh Award. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the Royal Society of Canada for this tremendous honour, which not only recognises my work, but also the importance of statistics as a discipline within the modern scientific mosaic. Over the years, I have been fortunate to work with many wonderful graduate students, postdoctoral fellows and collaborators. I extend my thanks to them all, to those who worked on the nomination package, and to the eminent scholars who wrote letters of support. It is noteworthy that this award is named after John Lytton Singh, an acclaimed Irish mathematician who studied at Trinity College Dublin. Like Singh, I studied at Trinity College Dublin. In fact, I sat as an undergraduate student in the Singh Lecture Theatre, a first-generation university student wondering whether I belonged there at all. Accordingly, this award is especially meaningful to me. I would like to dedicate this award to my dear friend, Professor Petros Florides, who worked with Singh and always speaks most highly of him. Last, but by no means least, I would like to thank my family for their ongoing and unwavering support. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. McNicholas. The McLaughlin Medal is awarded for important research of sustained excellence in any branch of medical sciences. La médaille McLaughlin est attribuée en reconnaissance de travaux de recherche importants et d'une excellence soutenue dans tout domaine des sciences médicales. The 2021 winner of the McLaughlin Medal is Alan Evans from the Department of Neurology at McGill University. Alan Evans is a world authority in computational neuroscience. With over 700 publications, he is in the top 1% of highly cited international scientists in neuroscience and behavior. He pioneered the use of advanced mathematical and computational techniques to study the brain's structure and function, a field known as brain mapping. He developed many advanced analytic methods to combine neuroimaging, genetic and behavioral data, applying those techniques to study neurodevelopmental and neurodegenerative disorders. He has received numerous national and international prizes in recognition of his work. Il est un pionnier de l'utilisation des techniques informatiques et mathématiques avancées pour étudier la structure du cerveau et l'utilisation de la neuroimagerie, particulièrement dans le neurodéveloppement et des troubles neurodégénératifs. Il a construit un réseau international de neuroinformatique à l'aide d'un concentrateur de calcul haute performance à l'Université McGill. Alan Evans.
This award means a great deal to me, since it recognizes career achievement rather than a specific breakthrough. It tells me that as a trained physicist who built a career in neuroscience, I didn't make a crazy decision 40-odd years ago. I'm forever grateful that I was brought to McGill by Bill Findell, the then director of the Montreal Neurological Institute, to an environment that fosters cross-disciplinary collaboration at the interface between basic and clinical neuroscience. I have worked and continue to work with some amazing people in a fascinating field. My research area is known as brain mapping, a field that brings together people with vastly different training in neurology, psychiatry, cognitive neuroscience, mathematics, physics, and computer science. We apply big data analytics to map the functional neuroanatomy of the normal and disordered brain, autism at one end of the age spectrum or Alzheimer's disease at the other. It is a field that is driven by young people with fresh ideas and strategies to link brain imaging with genetics and behavior. Think of new approaches in artificial intelligence or multimodal computational modeling. Such an enterprise is a constant balancing act, getting people to work together in ways that can be quite alien to their early training. This is why I love this field. It's never boring, it's always fascinating and abuzz with youthful vitality. I never imagined that as a child reading about memory and how it works in Scientific American, that I would end up in such a place with a storied history of memory research, surrounded by giants in that same field. I have been very lucky to find a calling and a workplace that fits so well with my own frantic curiosity. I am deeply grateful that the Royal Society has honored me with this award. It goes without saying that I would not have received this recognition without the selfless support from my wife, Karen, and our 3 daughters. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Dr. Evans. The Miroslav Romanovsky Medal is awarded for significant contributions to the resolution of scientific aspects of environmental problems or for important improvements to the quality of an ecosystem in all aspects, terrestrial, atmospheric, and aqueous, brought about by scientific means. Cette médaille vise à reconnaître une contribution importante à l'explication scientifique de problèmes environnementaux ou à reconnaître l'amélioration notable par des moyens scientifiques de la qualité d'un écosystème sous ses aspects terrestres, atmosphériques et aquatiques. Le gagnant de la médaille Miroslav Romanovsky est Amar Mohanty from the Department of Plant Agriculture and School of Engineering of the University of Guelph. Amar Mohanty is a pioneer in advanced biomaterial research with lifelong dedication to developing sustainable materials to reduce the environmental impacts of plastics. His vision in circular economy and innovation in bioproducts for mitigating climate change catalyzed groundbreaking discoveries. His transformative use of renewable resources from non-food agricultural, forestry, and post-industrial streams has led to award-winning products. His compostable packaging and green automotive parts are commercially adopted in global markets. Sa vision de l'économie circulaire et ses innovations relatives aux bioproduits visant à atténuer le changement climatique ont stimulé des découvertes révolutionnaires. son utilisation novatrice de ressources renouvelables issues de l'agriculture non alimentaire, de la sylviculture et des flux post-industriels a donné naissance à des produits primés. Ses emballages compostables et ses pièces automobiles vertes se retrouvent sur les marchés mondiaux. Dr. Mahanti's video.
Greetings. I am deeply honored to receive the Miroslav Romansky Medal from the Royal Society of Canada. This award comes as a significant recognition of the work that has been done by students, postdoctoral fellows, and research scientists in my research lab and support from many collaborators around the world. I would like to thank the University of Guelph, my previous institutions, and all sponsors and industry partners over the years for supporting my research. It has been a real delight to be able to work with so many talented people and to be able to make a difference by doing what I enjoy and know the best. My lifelong work has been focused on the fundamental challenges of creating bio-based materials, bioplastics, and biocomposites by using the sustainable resources. I strongly believe that sustainable materials are one of the essential elements to help us achieve better solutions for a healthier planet. Circular economy and innovation in bioproducts for mitigating climate change is the main focus of my research. Nothing is waste. Waste is a resource for a new industry. I want to acknowledge the support of my lifelong partner and colleague, Professor Manjushree Mishra, and the many amazing team members who have contributed to the discoveries. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Dr. Mahanti. La médaille Pierre Chauveau est attribuée en reconnaissance d'une contribution exceptionnelle aux sciences humaines, à l'exclusion de la littérature canadienne et de l'histoire du Canada. The medal is awarded for a distinguished contribution to knowledge in the humanities other than Canadian literature and Canadian history. The winner of the 2021 Pierre Chauveau Medal is Will Kimlicka of the Department of Philosophy at Queen's University. As the Canada Research Chair in Political Philosophy at Queen's, Will Kimlicka has made exemplary contributions to debates on multiculturalism, citizenship, and animal rights, exploring new models of diversity, belonging, and membership. He is among the top 2 or 3 influential political philosophers in the English-speaking world. A common thread throughout his work is the need to rethink inherited ideas of social membership and political citizenship to recognize better the genuine diversity of contemporary societies. Professeur et titulaire de la chaire de recherche du Canada en philosophie politique, il figure parmi les 2 ou 3 philosophes politiques les plus influents du monde anglophone. Un fil conducteur tout au long de son travail est la nécessité de repenser les idées héritées d'appartenance sociale et de citoyenneté politique pour mieux reconnaître la véritable diversité des sociétés contemporaines. Will Kimlicka.
Thank you to the Royal Society for this award. It's a real honor and a privilege to be recognized by such an illustrious group of researchers and to be joining such a distinguished group of medalists. I have been very fortunate over my career to work with a number of excellent researchers, too many to mention here, but I would like to single out 4 Canadians whose collaboration has been really essential to my career. Wayne Norman, with whom I worked on issues of citizenship, Keith Banting on multiculturalism and the welfare state, Irene Bloomrad on issues of membership and belonging, and my partner, Sue Donaldson, on animal rights. I owe them all a really great deal. The American political philosopher John Rawls once said that the field of political philosophy depends on the optimistic assumption that human beings have a sense of justice and are willing to act out of consideration for respect for others. In today's world of political polarization and growing social inequality and nativist populism, not to mention the destruction of the environment and of other species, it's often difficult to maintain that sense of optimism. And indeed, there are many skeptics who question the value of philosophical thinking about justice. But I take this award to be a signal that theories of justice are indeed important and perhaps even essential for Canadian society. And for that, I'm truly grateful. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Kimlicka. The Rutherford Medal in Chemistry is awarded for outstanding research in any branch of chemistry. Cette médaille est attribuée en reconnaissance de recherches éminentes dans tout domaine de la chimie. The winner of the Rutherford Memorial Medal in Chemistry is Fiorenzo Vetrone from the Centre Énergie, Matériaux et Télécommunications of the Institut National de la Recherche Scientifique, Université du Québec. For achievements in the design, development, and fundamental understanding of the chemistry and nanoscale luminescence properties of rare earth-doped nanoparticles, as well as their application in biology and nanomedicine, Fiorenzo Vetrone has made seminal contributions to the development of luminescent rare earth-doped nanomaterials. His work is internationally regarded and has led to pioneering breakthroughs in unraveling the photophysics of the upconversion at the nanoscale. Ces réalisations comprennent également le développement de nouvelles techniques de synthèse pour préparer des nanomatériaux de terres rares colloïdaux, multi-architecturés et hybrides, ainsi que pour leur application en nanothermométrie par luminescence, en administration de médicaments, en thérapie photodynamique et en imagerie biologique. Fiorenzo Vetrone.
Hello from Montreal. Bonjour de Montréal. Je voudrais commencer par dire que c'est un grand honneur, le plus grand honneur de ma carrière, de recevoir la médaille commémorative Rutherford en chimie. I would like to say what an incredible honor it is to receive the Rutherford Medal in Chemistry, one of the greatest achievements of my career. I looked on the list of the past recipients and I'm truly humbled to be part of this who's who in the Canadian chemistry community. With that said, I would like to thank the Royal Society of Canada for giving me this incredible opportunity. While I'm the one receiving this accolade, I dedicate this medal to all my group members, all the students and postdocs, both past and present, that I have supervised in the past 11 years as a professor. A heartfelt thank you, because it was their hard work, dedication, and perseverance that led to some wonderful achievements in our field. Also, a big thank you to my numerous collaborators, both in Canada and around the world, who have helped push our field to new heights. It goes without saying that I would like to thank my mentors, Professor Ashok Vij, Professor Safa Kassab, Professor Paul S. Weiss, and of course, my friend and colleague, Professor Federico Rosé. A very, very special thank you to my wife and kids, Eva, Gia, and Luca, whose patience knows no bounds, particularly when Papa can't come out to play because he's busy and has work to do. Finally, to my parents who are no longer with us, thank you for everything, but especially for instilling in your children that education is the road to a better world. Thank you so much. Un grand merci.
Congratulations, Dr. Vetrone. The Rutherford Memorial Medal in Physics is awarded for outstanding research in any branch of physics. Cette médaille est attribuée en reconnaissance de recherche éminente dans tout domaine de la physique. The winner of the Rutherford Memorial Medal in Physics is Joe Bovee from the David A. Dunlap Department of Astronomy and Astrophysics of the University of Toronto. Joe Bovee is an internationally recognized expert in galaxy formation and evolution and the astrophysical study of dark matter. He has made seminal contributions to our knowledge of the structure of the Milky Way and the most precise measurements of the amount and distribution of dark matter near the sun. He is also a leading expert in the analysis of modern large astronomical data sets and in the development of open source code, including his widely used GALPI library for galactic dynamics. Il a contribué de manière décisive à notre connaissance de la structure de la Voie lactée et aux mesures les plus précises de la quantité et de la distribution de la matière noire près du Soleil. Il est également un expert de premier plan dans l'analyse des grands ensembles de données astronomiques modernes et dans le développement de codes libres, notamment sa bibliothèque GALPI, largement utilisée, relative à la dynamique galactique. Joe Bovee.
It's an honor and a great delight to receive the Rutherford Memorial Medal in Physics. It's always satisfying to have one's work recognized, but I am especially pleased to receive the Rutherford Medal because it's an award covering all of physics. While I work in an astronomy department and largely do research in astrophysics, one of the main motivations for my work is to expand our knowledge of fundamental physics, and in particular of dark matter, using astrophysical observations. Indeed, I originally became interested in astrophysics coming from a fundamental physics background, so it's very satisfying to receive an award from the physics community. I'd like to thank my many collaborators and especially all the undergraduate and graduate students and postdoctoral researchers who've been part of my group at the University of Toronto over the years, because without their help and inspiration, I wouldn't have been able to do my research. And thank you to the Royal Society of Canada for the award.
Congratulations, Dr. Bovee. La médaille Sir John William Dawson est attribuée en reconnaissance d'un apport éminent et soutenu en recherche interdisciplinaire ou dans au moins 2 domaines différents auxquels la SRC s'intéresse. This award is made for important and sustained contributions in 2 domains of interest to the Royal Society of Canada or in interdisciplinary research. The 2021 winner of the Sir John William Dawson Medal is Catherine Potvin of the Département de Biologie de l'Université McGill. Catherine Potvin est professeure au Département de Biologie de l'Université McGill et titulaire de la chaire de recherche du Canada sur l'atténuation des changements climatiques et la forêt tropicale. Elle a piloté les dialogues pour un Canada vert, une initiative pour identifier une feuille de route pour les changements climatiques au Canada et siège actuellement sur le comité consultatif sur les changements climatiques du Québec. Her research focuses on the need to reduce deforestation and forest degradation in the topics are grounded in evidence-based policy. She has served as Panama's negotiator in the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change and led the Sustainable Canada Dialogues, an initiative that mobilizes 80 scholars from across Canada to propose a blueprint for Canada's transition to a low-carbon economy.
Bonjour, alors mon nom est Catherine Potvin et je suis aujourd'hui la lauréate de la médaille John William Dawson et j'en suis évidemment très heureuse. C'est une médaille qui célèbre l'interdisciplinarité, donc un travail qui se fait dans plusieurs domaines de connaissances et ça me réjouit beaucoup parce que parfois j'ai l'impression d'être un peu un touche-à-tout. Alors, je suis biologiste. Ma spécialité, c'est l'écologie des forêts tropicales et je suis particulièrement préoccupée par l'effet des changements climatiques sur la planète. Je me suis tournée vers les tropiques à la recherche de solutions puisque les forêts tropicales, ce sont de très grands puits de carbone. Ils emmagasinent beaucoup de carbone. Ils contribuent donc à la régulation du climat planétaire. Ce travail-là m'a appris qu'on ne peut pas travailler juste avec des lentilles de biologistes parce que c'est très important de comprendre comment vivent les gens, leur dépendance avec l'agriculture, par exemple. Donc, j'ai beaucoup collaboré avec des gens en sciences sociales. J'ai été aussi négociatrice pour le Panama, à la Convention cadre des changements climatiques, ce qui m'a permis de comprendre l'importance des politiques environnementales. Plus récemment, j'ai travaillé aussi avec l'organisation québécoise, le Wapikoni Mobile, dans la production de vidéos avec les jeunes autochtones afin de leur donner une voix. Et toutes ces facettes-là de ma recherche, je pense, l'ont beaucoup enrichi. Alors, c'est un grand merci, un grand plaisir et un honneur surtout d'avoir cette médaille. Et je tiens à souligner que je suis les traces du plus grand botaniste québécois, Pierre Dansereau, qui a été un des premiers lauréats de la médaille John Wilson Dawson. Alors, merci encore et au plaisir.
Félicitations, Madame Potvin. In partnership with the Institute for Governance of Private and Public Organizations, the Yvan Allaire Medal honors the exemplary contribution of Yvan Allaire in promoting healthy governance practices in public and private organizations of all sizes. La médaille Yvan Allaire honore la contribution exemplaire de la promotion d'une saine gouvernance au niveau des organisations privées et publiques de toute taille. The winner of the 2021 Yvan Allaire Medal is Poonam Puri from the Osgood Hall Law School of York University. Professor Poonam Puri is one of the world's leading scholars of corporate governance, corporate law, securities regulation, and investor protection. She has guided significant regulatory and policy reform in Canada and internationally, leading large research teams. She has shaped governance best practices of boards of public and private organizations and has been entrusted with training the next generation of governance leaders and board directors in Canada. Ses travaux de recherche ont eu une influence et un impact considérable et ont été publiés dans des revues scientifiques de premier plan dans le monde entier. Elle a orienté d'importantes réformes réglementaires et politiques au Canada et à l'étranger en dirigeant d'importantes équipes de recherche. Elle a façonné les meilleures pratiques de gouvernance des conseils d'administration d'organisations publiques et privées et s'est vue confier la formation de la prochaine génération de leaders en matière de gouvernance et d'administrateurs au Canada. Poonam Puri.
Thank you, Sheila, for that kind introduction and those generous words. I'm delighted to be this year's recipient of the Yvan Allaire Medal from the Royal Society of Canada. It is truly, truly humbling to be among such impressive company, and I only wish that we were able to gather in person today. I'm deeply grateful to the Royal Society for this honor and for the recognition of my work on the governance of public and private institutions in Canada. I'm so grateful to those who nominated me and wrote letters, as well as those who have inspired me as a scholar and practitioner, and those who have mentored me and sponsored me. This medal is an opportunity for me to reflect on nearly 25 years of research and work on governance. Yvan Allaire believed in the importance of governance, and I share his commitment and passion. Without good governance, institutions cannot function effectively. My work has shown that organizations, whether they be public companies, crown corporations, or the range of not-for-profits, can have serious challenges or even fail without strong governance fundamentals. Transparency and accountability and taking responsibility are critical. Yet good governance isn't only about proper structures and well-written policies. Even more so, it's about culture. It's about robust processes and living up to commitments and expectations. Governance failures, as we know, can have enormous consequences. And my work over the many years has focused on ways to promote good governance within the range of organizations that exist in society. In receiving this medal, I consider it, of course, an enormous honor and a humbling recognition of past work. But I also see it as a call to action, to continue my research, to continue my real world governance work, and also to continue to train and mentor the next generation of governance scholars. I'll end by saying thank you to the Royal Society of Canada, my nominators, those who supported my nomination, my home institution of Osgoode Hall Law School, York University, my students, current and former, and last but not least, my loving family, all of whom are joining virtually today. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Professor Puri. The Alice Wilson Awards are given to women of outstanding academic qualifications in the arts and humanities, social sciences, or science, who are entering a career in scholarship or research at the postdoctoral level. This year, there are 4 recipients of the Alice Wilson Award. Les gagnantes de la bourse Alice Wilson 2021 sont Jackie Baker from the Department of Cardiac Sciences at the University of Calgary, nominated by CIHR, Roseanne Blanchet from the Cummings School of Medicine at the University of Calgary, also nominated by CIHR, Leanne Greaves from the Department of Biology and the School of Earth, Environment and Society at McMaster University, nominated by NSERC, and Sarah Wagner from the Department of Sociology at the University of Victoria, nominated by SSHRC. And acceptance remarks from each will now follow.
Hi, my name is Jackie Baker. It's an absolute honor to be receiving this award and an honor to be among so many other fantastic researchers. I'd like to thank the Royal Society and CIHR for acknowledging the work that we're doing. And of course, because no researcher is an island, I'm also so incredibly grateful for my supervisors, coworkers, family, and friends. And of course, all the patients that are constantly giving so much of their valuable time and energy, and who have always been equally excited about our research as we are. My research exists, unfortunately, because there are so many people out in the world suffering from diseases that we can't yet cure. Yet being the operative word. And I believe that as long as we remain passionate and diligent and seeing all the amazing work that fellow academics are doing across the country, I have no doubt that we will all continue to make positive change. Congratulations to everyone and keep up the excellent work. Thank you.
I would like to thank the Royal Society of Canada for awarding me the Alice Wilson Award. I am extremely honored. I would also like to thank the Canadian Institute of Health Research for nominating me. Je suis ici aujourd'hui grâce à la contribution de plusieurs personnes. Il y a un proverbe africain qui dit que ça prend un village pour élever un enfant. Je crois que ce proverbe s'applique également pour la formation des chercheurs. J'ai eu la chance, le privilège d'évoluer dans un excellent village auprès de nombreux mentors, professeurs, collègues et amis exceptionnels qui ont façonné la chercheuse que je suis devenue. I would also like to express my greatest gratitude to individuals and communities who have trusted me and shared their lived experiences with me. I would specifically like to thank members of the Sauk-Okanagan Nation and members of the African, Caribbean, and Black community of Ottawa. I'm honored and humbled to have the privilege of partnering with you. Mes recherches examinent comment les déterminants sociaux et les politiques façonnent l'alimentation et la santé, en particulier chez les personnes autochtones, racisées ou migrantes. L'équité, la diversité et l'inclusion sont des concepts forts de ma recherche et de mon engagement. Je suis très fière de recevoir un prix qui souligne les inégalités et les barrières structurelles auxquelles les femmes font face dans l'académie. I strive to contribute to reducing inequalities and structural barriers experienced by disadvantaged groups in the academy and in the society in general. Thank you again, and I hope to meet you in person soon.
It is my sincere pleasure to speak to you today in celebration of exceptional scholarship and research. I am privileged, with the support of the Royal Society of Canada's Alice Wilson Award, to speak to you today from my research site at El Refugio Nacional de la Vida Silvestre de Cabo Rojo, the National Wildlife Refuge in Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico. When we think about birds, we think of their beautiful colors, elaborate ornaments like the peacock's tail, and their melodious songs. Such visual and acoustic signals are important for birds, but they're not the whole story. My goal is to understand the quietest secrets of nature's showiest inhabitants. I am interested in how smell plays a role in the social and breeding behavior of birds. In my study species, the cooperative breeding smooth-billed ani, multiple females lay their eggs in a single shared nest, and both males and females cooperate to raise the young. My research focuses on understanding the mechanisms that enhance cooperation and breeding success in these complex group-living birds. Ultimately, my work might even help us understand our own social behavior. As a recipient of the Alice Wilson Award, I know that the Royal Society of Canada values women researchers and their positive impact on Canadians and the world. And for this, I'm extremely grateful. Thank you.
Good evening, members of the Royal Society and fellow attendees of the ceremony. I'd first like to take this opportunity to thank the Royal Society of Canada, as it really is an honor to receive this award, especially considering the many significant and exciting postdoc projects conducted by women in this country. My own research has looked at things on a very small scale and tried to bring notice to the nuances and lived experiences of digital inequality. And it's really meaningful to me to receive this kind of recognition of my research here tonight. I'd also really like to thank the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada for supporting my current postdoc research work on communication media in long-term care. And I'd like to take this very fitting opportunity to thank the women who are and have been incredible mentors to me in my research on aging and technology. Dr. Karen Kobayashi at the University of Victoria, Dr. Kim Sawchuk at Concordia University, Dr. Maria Fernandez Ardevol at the IN3 in Barcelona, and Dr. Akiko Ogawa at Nagoya University. It's really been a difficult year and a half for a lot of us, and I think especially so for people living in care homes. And so what this award means to me, or what it shows me, is the significance of this research topic at this very moment in time. And what I'm hoping to achieve with my postdoc work is to produce results that can be applied and can be used to support older adults in living in care homes to gain more agency over the ways that they use communication media. So thank you very much for this recognition.
Congratulations et félicitations, Drs. Baker, Blanchet, Greaves, and Wagner. Monsieur le Président, voilà qui termine notre cérémonie de cette année. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this year's Medal and Awards Ceremony. While we usually invite a round of applause in celebration of these outstanding individuals, the virtual format provides me, as your MC, with the opportunity to applaud your extraordinary achievements on behalf of the many hundreds of viewers, family, friends, and colleagues from around the world. We all applaud you, colleagues. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.